Good afternoon, and welcome graduates, parents, family members, staff, and friends of Rosthern Junior College to our graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. This ceremony has always been an event for the greater community, and we thank you all for joining us from home this year. I'd like to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory, a traditional meeting grounds, gathering place, and traveling route to the Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, Dene, and Nakota Sioux. We acknowledge all the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge the many alumni who have had to postpone or reimagine celebrating their decade grads this year. We look forward to when you are able to join us on campus again. Before we hear from Tammy Forrester, who will bring greetings from the board, please join me in a word of prayer. Lord, bless our graduates. Walk with them into adulthood. Be the hand that guides them at the fork in the road, the voice that urges them on in times of struggle, and the comforting embrace in times of sorrow and joy. Amen.
Good afternoon, and thank you. Today, we give to the grads of 2020 our congratulations on your milestone achievements for the most unique school year in RJC's history, and we pray for blessings for your futures. We offer to the parents of these wonderful graduates our gratitude for making an important decision with or for them to make faith formation in their high school years a priority. Thank you. We are all searching for the best experience for our children, something tangible that we can hold to that will give our children the best as they grow. Deliberate focus on our children's growth, nurture, education, and leadership development does not happen by accident, but rather exists because of commitment. Transformational education and forming leaders for tomorrow is the outcome of an intricately woven thread of teaching and mentoring through guidance, love, acceptance, responsibility, community, peace building, support, and forgiveness. RJC has woven this thread for all of you in the creation of a vibrant learning environment. Parents, thank you for your commitment to the growth and nurture of your child. Graduates, you are now a part of thousands of alumni that have been given the fortunate opportunity to have studied and graduated from Rosthern Junior College. The experiences you have been given over the last years have created a foundation for you to believe in something really good: the unending and unquestionable love and care and support from those around you. This experience of being loved and cared for by fellow classmates, teachers, deans, and staff is unique and wonderful and life-giving. This past year, you all shared similar experiences, from fall class out trips to Sam and Sadie Hawkins days to choir concerts and athletics. Although you shared similar experiences as classmates, you each took something different away from these experiences. Let these unique opportunities you have been given at RJC breathe life into your future. Be courageous to choose for yourself the path you will follow, and let all that you have learned and have grown to believe in within this community continue to guide the decisions you make. Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. So graduates, as you move beyond RJC, we encourage you to continue to serve in a way that carries on the deep tradition and mission of the school, to create for yourself a life of faith, service, and peacemaking. The hands and feet of Jesus are moving among us here and now. They have been since 1905 and will continue to move for generations to come. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Carolee Cooney. David Epp and I, as vice principals of RJC High School, have the privilege to announce the recipients of the awards and scholarships from RJC's class of 2020.
Students and staff gathered in chapel last Friday for an awards assembly in which this year's community involvement certificates and grade 12 leadership plaques were presented. Throughout the year at RJC, students earn community involvement points for their voluntary participation in school activities in the areas of arts, athletics, and community events. Students who collected enough points to meet predetermined standards were awarded community involvement certificates at the bronze, silver, and gold levels. Student involvement at RJC is recognized as a service to the community. We cannot play football, produce a yearbook, organize chapels, facilitate junior-senior, or do much of anything at all if students do not participate in these activities. Grade 12s, thank you for your role in this year's school community. Thank you for your voluntary participation, for your energy, and for your leadership. At this time, let's acknowledge our appreciation for the class of 2020, for their collective and individual community involvement point achievements and their contributions to the life of our school. Thank you, students.
In addition to the presentation of the community involvement certificates, 5 grade 12 leadership plaques were presented for outstanding contributions in the areas of arts, athletics, academics, community, and student leadership. Students were identified based on criteria that focused on a blend of leadership, excellence, and commitment. At this time, I would ask that we might recognize the outstanding achievements of the following students. The Co-President's Plaque for Student Leadership, Kate Hansen and Micah Wood. Performing Arts, Andres Proanos. Athletics, Kate Hansen and Micah Wood. Academics, Jackson Kozakowski. Community Leadership, Shay Case-Kubleni. In addition to the awards that will be presented this afternoon, one other award will be presented to members of the class at our opening concert in September. The Governor General's Bronze Medal for Academic Achievement is based on a student's academic standing as recognized by Sask Learning. The recipient of this award will be selected once exams have been graded and final marks have been determined. It is our honor to now present the following awards and scholarships to deserving members of the class of 2020.
The Kloppenberg-Friesen Scholarship is awarded to a graduating student who demonstrates academic excellence, especially in English literature, as well as interest and promise in the arts and leadership in the academic and cultural program at RJC. This year's recipient consistently hits the right notes. Not only has this student worked diligently to become a talented singer and musician, but she is a thoughtful and engaged communicator in multiple languages. This fine-tuning of her gifts, as well as her violin, has led her to make excellent contributions in the areas of academics and the arts. Congratulations, Kate Hansen, on being the 2020 recipient of the Kloppenberg-Friesen Scholarship.
The Abundance Canada Spirit of Generosity Award is presented to a student who displays a personal spirit of generosity and demonstrates that spirit in practical ways that encourage others to do the same. The recipient of this award is given $700. $350 of the fund is for themselves, and the other $350 will be donated to a charitable cause of their choosing. This year's recipient is always willing to help, always positive, and always generous with her time and energy. She has a full understanding of the phrase, "many hands make light work." And not only will she offer her own 2 hands, but recruit those around her to help as well. She is perhaps the ideal volunteer, quick to learn and reliable, warm and welcoming, and willing to do more than just what's asked. The world would certainly be a better place if we could all see it through rosa-colored glasses. Congratulations and all the best to Rosa Kuwa.
The Martha Jansen Epp Patient Care Endowment Fund Bursary is awarded to a graduating RJC student who is entering a patient care program at a post-secondary educational institute. The recipient of this award takes care of things. Their academic and personal standards are demanding, and they are committed to achieving their goals. At the same time, this student found ways to offer that same attention and care to serving the community. Leadership in the dorms, the volleyball court, and with student fundraisers are just some of the ways in which she brings it. As she prepares to take care of others by studying nursing in Saskatoon, let's congratulate Megan Brendel on being the 2020 Martha Jansen Epp recipient.
In addition to these awards directed by our school, many of our students have independently applied for and received thousands of dollars in awards and scholarships from other institutions. We are proud of all of you and hope that you continue to study and pursue academic excellence for years to come.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Ian Lepke, local graduate and valedictorian of the RJC class of 2020. I have grown up in Rosthern with this community, my family, and friend group my entire life. Although formerly being a part of a church group and having a close-knit family has shown me a fantastic and caring community, the one that RJC has given to me is one I will never forget. Coming to RJC, everyone here has felt emotions of joy, sadness, nervousness, excitement, for a variety of reasons. But on that first day here, I am certain that everyone felt the outpouring of love by the community. At first, this love might not have been something that was apparent to us. But as we grew as a class, learning from our teachers and messing around in museums, we became a little bit more aware of the love this community held. As we spent more time in the community grew on us, and we could soon see the love we were engulfed in. One of the ways I saw this love was on the Also Toronto trip I attended last year. There was a homeless man on the street that about 7 of us had stopped to talk to. He had a dog along with him, and this was one of the many things that we talked to him about. By the time we had to leave, we could see that he was just like any other person, just a little less fortunate than most. And as we were leaving, one of us there gave him $20 to help pay for a meal. This made me think of the love I had seen this entire trip. As I thought about this more, I could see this is the same love I see every day in different forms all around the RJC community. Another way I saw love inside RJC was when the COVID-19 pandemic became relevant to us. By this time, later in our grade 12 year, we had cried together in pain and laughed together in joy, strengthening our relationships and making us closer than ever. When the news came that the school was going to be shut down along with the dorms, we became overwhelmed with the fact that we didn't know when we were going to be together as a community again. I recall sitting in the dorms, as if it were any other afternoon. I had just come from afternoon snack and was waiting for my friends to spend time together. That turned out not to be the case. A few hours later, we learned that our school year was going to be radically altered by the pandemic. With some space for reflection, I have observed the importance of the RJC community. I recognize the wholeness and pureness of love that each of us is surrounded by. It has felt as though the COVID-19 pandemic has been the defining point of our high school career. But we have to remember it will not define us forever. And it has only been a part of our lives for the past 3 months. The memories we have made will not be forgotten because of this, and it is not able to break the bonds we have created inside this community. Community. Without it, we would feel lost, lonely, with no purpose for ourselves. I believe this applies to more than just the students, staff, and alumni of RJC, but to everyone in our world. This being said, I think that the RJC community is one that is different from all others. It holds something in it that makes it special and makes everyone that is included never want to leave. This place provides a community with important values that makes it more than just a group of people living in a similar setting with a similar set of characteristics. Passion, hope, caringness, worship, togetherness. These are some of the values that RJC has. But above all, there's agape love. For those who don't know, agape love is defined as the highest form of love found in a person. I believe this can be found in every crack and every corner of this building. It is the foundation of which this community is built upon, and it is what makes the RJC experience so special for everyone. Without it, we might just be like any other high school, but with it, it forms a place so unique and so special, it defines what this school is. For many of us, we weren't sure what to expect when we started attending RJC, but by now I'm sure all of us know and have felt the presence of agape love in and around the community. We are thankful for the time we have spent together and wouldn't change it for anything. I would also like to say thank you to our parents, our grandparents, and others who have supported us on our journey. Thank you to the teachers and staff of RJC for making this experience possible. And thank you, friends, now my family, for the memories we have made and the time we have spent together.
We stay apart and you don't know for how long we have to sing alone.
But staying strong so our voices can join us in chorus
One day soon,
though we're apart from everyone, we are a part of everything and every day, everyone in different ways and places is facing this difficult phase. So don't lose heart, let's make a start, let's make our art. We're here to stay, we're here to stay, we'll play our part.
We stay afar and we can't see the ending. The future's still unknown.
still stay strong, separated in space, not in spirit, not in soul.
Though we're
Apart from everyone, we are a part of everything and every day, everyone in different ways
and places
is facing this difficult phase. So don't lose heart, let's make a start, let's make our art. We're here to stay, we're here to stay, we'll play our part.
when we meet again, will we be the same? Will we find someone to blame?
when we reconvene, will we still believe in a kinder place to live?
Can we make it right? Can we make it better? When we reunite, can we remember? Though we're apart from everyone, we are a part of everything and every day, everyone in different ways and places is facing this difficult phase. So don't lose heart. Let's make a start. Let's make a art. We're here to stay. We're here to stay. We'll play our part.
Good afternoon. My name is Alex Thiessen, Director of Admissions and Constituency Relations at RJC High School. I've said it before, and I say it often, that sometimes the best way to tell the RJC story is through storytelling. If you spent an afternoon with a group of alumni, it wouldn't be long before the conversation would steer towards RJC, where alumni would begin to reminisce and share memories of their time at school here. They would talk about the friendships they've made and the memories they created, maybe in the dorms or through school activities. Sometimes observing growth is another way alumni and friends and parents tell the story of RJC. As parents and family of RJC, you are some of the folks who have had the opportunity to get a glimpse into what goes on at our school and to hear the stories of learning and growth. Over the last year, we've been discussing RJC's 115th anniversary. As part of our acknowledgement of this, we've been inviting alumni and friends of the school to share stories, a short reflection on the importance of what RJC has meant to them. In the spirit of this, we asked a few students to describe their RJC experience in 115 words or less during our Faith in Life, Deeper Life Days back in early March. As a prompt, we asked, what is at the heart of RJC for you? And here's a few reflections of what our students said. RJC is safe, but not safe in the sense that we're sheltered, but safe to be ourselves. We're encouraged to ask questions about our world that we hadn't thought about, and to think outside the box. RJC creates space for that. Another student said, as a kid, I always knew that eventually I would go to RJC. I've been amazed at how different RJC's atmosphere was from that of other schools. And even though I've known it my whole life, living it was different. When I was finally able to come in grade 10, I was very shy, but quickly became comfortable with nearly everyone. I think that because there's so many activities and we're encouraged to be inclusive, that's how it feels more like home. One student offered a reflection after our school buildings closed in March. They wrote, I really noticed how much the staff cared about us once the pandemic started. They would check in to see how I was doing, and they even tried to put on a number of cool events for us. I guess that I would say relationship is what I would take away from my RJC experience. I know I have friends and staff who care about me. In some ways, it's felt like we've experienced 2 different school years since March, not only in our day-to-day school activities, but also financially. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed our plan for the year and budget, and has forced us to make many different changes to the school. It's a challenging time financially for many, and we understand that. But we do ask, if you're able, you consider offering a gift to the school so that we can continue to educate and inspire students to grow. As a school that only receives partial funding from the government, we continue to rely on your gifts so that we can offer transformative education. If you're watching this ceremony on the grad page of our website, just scroll down a little bit and you'll see a link to give. You can also send us a check in the mail or an e-transfer. I want to thank you for playing a role in the life of students and the education at RJC. I also would like to thank the parents and families of our graduates. Thank you for entrusting your children to RJC and allowing us to get a glimpse into their lives. I think I speak on behalf of many staff when I say that the impact your kids have had on our life is just as significant. You should be very proud of their abilities, potential, and resilience. Please bow with me for a prayer. Generous God, you call us to let go of the things we cling to and step out in faith, trusting in your love and provision. Give us courage to step out boldly and sufficient faith to follow without fear. May this act of giving be a gesture of your willingness to follow where you lead. Take our lives and our gifts and use them to accomplish more than we could possibly imagine, so that through us your kingdom might come and your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Amen.
Good afternoon. Wherever this day finds you, I hope you are safe and well. Graduates, I hope you are enjoying your grad day, even if it is not happening the way that we imagined it might have a few months ago. We are so proud of you and all that you have accomplished through your school days and during your time with us at RJC. This year as a grade 12 class, your leadership, involvement, and contributions helped shape and define the school year which will be one for the record books for sure. Your leadership served us well, and we could not have completed all of our tasks and events before or after the school closure without you. I continue to be immeasurably grateful that you and all of our students and staff are safe and well. Thank you for your grace that you have shown us over the past few months as your lives and your grade 12 year were disrupted in this way. I know this isn't the day that we had planned months ago, but sometimes life deals us unforeseen circumstances. There's a story in the Bible about a time when Jesus was facing a difficult situation. He had been preaching and gaining a following, so much of a following that they numbered in the hundreds and thousands. The time had come to feed the people, and his disciples didn't know what to do. It seemed an impossible task. It would take many months' wages just to give everyone one bite, said one disciple as they contemplated next steps. The disciples didn't know how they could feed all of these people. Then, a boy from the crowd offered his lunch of 5 small barley loaves and 2 fish. Jesus instructed his disciples to share the food amongst the crowd, and in the end, all were fed. After the school closures were announced in March, we also found ourselves in a difficult situation. You, as a graduating class, found yourselves in a particularly challenging state of affairs. What about my grade 12 marks? How can I apply for university? Will there be university? What about grad? As we processed each of these questions, I want to thank you for the patience and understanding with which you have responded. I want to thank you for bringing your loaves and fishes, your grace, your patience, your solutions, your leadership, and your gifts as we contemplated our next steps. I encourage you to keep doing this as you leave us now and enter the next chapter of your lives. Now that you are finished high school, some of you will face a new series of challenges, some of them personal, some unforeseen, and some out of your direct control. How will you respond to this next set of tests? What will you bring to the table? I hope you, like the boy with Jesus' disciples, bring your loaves and fishes. I hope that you remember that in your lunch kit, you have all that you need to face the world. I don't know if that little boy packed his own lunch that day, but I imagine he had some help, probably from his mom and dad. Did his mother know that by baking and packing those loaves, she would change the world? Did his dad imagine that by catching those fish and providing for his family, that he would inspire people to dream? Did that boy realize that in his lunch kit contained the seeds to feed the world? As your parents brought you to RJC, they packed similar lunch kits for you, filled with their hopes and dreams and words of encouragement and wisdom. Through your lives, they have lovingly supported you financially, prayerfully, and with encouragement and direction. Many supporters, alumni, friends, and family watching today also support you in this way and celebrate your accomplishments together. I hope you feel that. Your lunch kit is full. So as you go into the world with a new sense of independence, what type of person will you be? How will you address the challenges of your time, both personal and global, from racism to climate change, from depression to global pandemics, from how to build meaningful, lasting relationships to learning how to pay the bills? There is a lot on your plate. How will you respond? I hope you have the courage to share, to offer your gifts to the world. I hope you have the strength to reject cynicism and despair, the fortitude to defy apathy and hedonism. I hope you have the bravery to not turtle and just go numb. I hope you have the generosity of spirit to offer your loaves and fishes. We need them. In this story, no one had the answer. Not even Jesus jumped to any foregone conclusions. The disciples debated the cost, the method, the reason why it couldn't be done. The little boy didn't offer an answer. He offered what he had. That's all we ask of you. Bring what you can to the seemingly impossible situations of your age and day. Do not despair. Bring your loaves and fishes. The world needs what you have to offer. Loaves and fishes like the warmth and friendship of Andres. The world needs any two's speed, daring, and self-sacrifice. We need Fernanda's joyful attitude and easygoing presence. and Tubopaw's gentle spirit and encouraging words. We need more of Ian's understated leadership, kindness, steady friendship, more of Jackson's intellect and willingness to contribute, both on and off the field. We need the steady hand of James, along with his warm smile and artistic eye, Jasmine's faithfulness and loyalty as a friend, Jenna's creativity and star power on stage, fur coat and all. We need Jolie's competitive spirit and sense of drive and pursuit of excellence. We need Kate's leadership and commitment to build community, even when times get tough. We need Kayla's open-mindedness and willingness to try new things, Kylie's smile and commitment to see things through, right till the end. Laura's sense of humor and readiness to laugh. We need Louisa's angelic voice and sense of possibility. We need Mackenzie EL's strength of character, grit, and intellect, Mackenzie R's athleticism and unspoken confidence. We need Megan's commitment to the greater good, her work ethic and dependability on any team. We need Micah's strength, dedication, and willingness to lead, Michael's tenacity and readiness to fight for what he sees as right in the world. We need more of Nitu's friendly nature and adventurous spirit in our world, and Aricia's kindness and insightfulness. We need Rima's infectious energy and animating presence, Rosa's spirit of generosity coupled with a fierce drive. We need Robert's helping hand and cowboy's smile, and Shay's deep commitment to others, and her desire for justice in the world. We need Shay CS's passionate energy and fearless sense of humor, and Vince's emotional buy-in for all things that he does. Grads, the challenges will come, but as you bring yourselves to the situation, you will face it with all the strength you need. Your class embodies the world we are trying to create, an open-minded, diverse group of people committed to care for one another, regardless of those differences. When I was in high school, our school was burned down by an arson attack. I know a little what it is like to lose a school year or a section of a year. A different situation, to be sure, but through that experience, I learned to value school and to not take it for granted. I learned to not just assume that sports will be played, classes will be taught, and then everything will always just be there. I learned that loss can be real and mourning is good, but that you need to make the best of where you're at. Prairie wildfires can blaze across the land, and in forests, fires ravage old growth trees, but soon after, green shoots rise and new life begins. This is the way of things. These are unprecedented times, to be sure, but they are also part of a pattern of life that is ancient and old, and we can lean into that story and find comfort as well. In the years following our school's burning, we adopted the phoenix as our temporary mascot. In ancient Greek folklore, the phoenix is a bird that cyclically regenerates and is born again from the ashes of its predecessor. It typically dies in a show of flames and rises from the ashes. This sense of renewal through death and loss is instructive for us. It is the story of the resurrected Christ and the hope that comes from a seemingly devastating situation. Some things have died. Some things have been lost. But what new things will be born? What new adventures will you have? What new stories will you write? What new pages will you turn? What new opportunities are before you now? I hope you find these stories and weave yourselves into them. And as you go, I hope you have your lunch kit firmly in hand. Grads, whatever your future holds and whatever challenges you face, remember to share your loaves and fishes. With them, you will feed the world. And by giving them away, you will be full yourselves. Amen, and God bless.
Hi, my name is Mia Nickel. My friend Isaac Lowe and I are honored to serve as RJC's SRC co-presidents for the 2020 and 2021 school year.
During these graduation exercises, we want to recognize and celebrate each of the members of RJC's class of 2020.
Louisa Bekeski Malega. Louisa enjoyed the chance to try lots of new things while studying at RJC. The musical opportunities and the chance to make music with friends were part of what made her RJC experience special. Louisa is looking forward to finishing school next year in her home country of Brazil.
James Best. James's time at RJC was marked by the development of relationships with people from all around the world. His time building community at school has left a lasting impact on him. Although his time at RJC is finished, James looks forward to walking confidently with his friends into the next stage of his life.
Laura Bloomrich. Laura had a blast making the most of the opportunities afforded by the RJC community. Serving on SCC was a particular highlight for her time at school. Laura's excited to take her banana suit and peel into whatever awaits after graduation.
Tubupa. Tubupa is grateful for everyone who made it possible for her to learn, and to those who made RJC feel like a home and family these past 3 years. Some of her most impactful experiences were being part of sports teams, her also trips, and class retreats. Tubupa hopes to take a year off soon to travel back to Thailand.
Megan Brendel. Megan is grateful for the many memories and experiences she has had throughout her years at RJC, and will miss the bonds she had with students and staff when she is gone. Megan is excited to start a new adventure this fall at Sask Polytechnic studying nursing.
Jolie Brockman. Jolie is grateful for the many memories that she made at RJC. The dorms were a place where she was able to build lasting friendships, and her time on the basketball court was a special highlight during her time at RJC. In the future, Jolie plans to pursue a career in psych nursing.
Jenna Berniak. Jenna enjoyed the opportunity to develop her gifts in artistic expression at RJC. She will take her lasting memories from creative and visual arts to performing on the theater arts stage. She is planning on studying business at Sask Polytechnic in Prince Albert, and is excited to begin this new chapter of her life.
Shay K. Scoop Lenny. Shay has enjoyed hanging out with friends at RJC, whether at sports practices, singers, or in the dorms. Her also experiences an imagined trip to Winnipeg taught her how she can make an impact in her own communities and around the world. She will miss RJC very much and appreciates all the friends she has made. Shay plans to go to Lethbridge College to pursue a career in massage therapy, and hopes to do some traveling in the years to come.
Fernanda Cervantes. Fernanda enjoyed her short time at RJC and feels that it has become her new home. She is very grateful to the staff and friends who helped her to learn to trust herself. She plans to continue her education in the future, hoping to study nursing at a Canadian university.
Rima Daniali. Rima has found a home and family at RJC. Through her experiences here, she has learned how to be bold, courageous, and achieve success. She is excited to go to the University of Saskatchewan in fall, and take with her everything she has learned at RJC to study languages and law.
Kalo de la Garza Gonzalez. Kalo will never forget how valuable it was for him to attend RJC. Being able to perform with the school choir in various places was an unmatched opportunity, which he did not have growing up in Mexico. Kalo appreciates all the effort and commitment provided by the staff, and knows he will be able to apply much of what he has learned at RJC when he attends university in the future.
Jasmine Epp. Jasmine's time at RJC was made memorable with many fun experiences in the dorms. The lasting friendships she made are a special highlight from her RJC experience. Jasmine is excited to find new opportunities to use her gifts after high school.
Mackenzie Erickson Lemeg. Mackenzie appreciates the opportunities she had at RJC to develop important friendships that will last a lifetime. Spending time with people in the dorms was a special highlight for her. Mackenzie looks forward to living in Saskatoon and seeing what new experiences await.
Aricia Gadet. Aricia had a blast at RJC. The incredible support, not just from the staff, but also from the students, is something that she will never forget. She will take this new energy into the fall when she plans to study history and classics at MacEwan University.
Vince Gaudette. Vince is grateful for the staff and his friends, as well as his parents, for allowing him to have the experiences that he had at RJC. He will miss the RJC culture and all the fun times, especially in the dorms. Vince plans to attend the University of Regina in the fall for police studies, and hopes in the future he can work to make our country and the world a better place.
Kate Hansen. Kate will forever look back on her 3 years at RJC fondly, and wants to thank all the staff and students for contributing to her experience. Next year, she is hoping to participate in some Bible courses in Greece and India if possible. Eventually, she is interested in pursuing a career in either health science or aviation, or possibly even combination of the two.
Enitu is grateful for the many opportunities that RJC provided. He enjoyed the chance to be a leader in sports, especially football and basketball, and counts the many trips and also experiences as highlights. Enitu hopes to become a teacher and plans on attending the University of Saskatchewan next year.
Jackson Koskowski. Jackson is very thankful for the time he spent at RJC, and appreciative of everyone who helped to make his year so enjoyable. He will greatly miss spending time in the dorms with his friends, but is excited to move to Saskatoon in the fall, where he will study computer science at the University of Saskatchewan.
Rosa Kuwa. Rosa is very grateful for all the sponsors, family, friends, and most of all her teachers who have been helping her since she came to Canada. Many people have pushed her to be the successful person that she is today, and she is very thankful for all they have done. Rosa plans to take a year off to work, but hopes to go back to school at the University of Saskatchewan to study education or nursing.
Ian Lepke. Ian is extremely grateful for the time he has spent at RJC and the friendships he has made along the way. He will miss the teaching staff as well as the students around the school. Ian plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan next year to study kinesiology.
Neetu Mall. Neetu enjoyed building meaningful relationships within the RJC community. The excitement of the dorms and meeting new people were a highlight during her time at school. Neetu is excited to travel to the United States for school, where she plans to play soccer for SAU.
Michael Ng. Michael's time at RJC provided many opportunities to try new things. He is proud of the many ways in which he showed leadership at school and in the dorms. Michael is excited to continue his education as he pursues opportunities in business.
Shay Nordmarken Kowalski. Shay appreciated that during her time at RJC, she could provide leadership in raising awareness about Indigenous and First Nations perspectives. Serving on the Walking the Path committee was a highlight for her. Shay is excited to be attending Dalhousie University in the fall.
Andres Proaños. Andres feels that RJC has helped him to gain new skills and confidence in his abilities. Some of his best memories come from participating in singers and having the opportunity to make and explore new types of music with such a wonderful group. He is very grateful to all of the teachers and staff and will miss everyone very much.
Robert Roth. Robert loved the community as well as the hands-on learning opportunities at RJC. He plans to use these experiences as he pursues millwright courses in the coming years.
Mackenzie Rudolph. Mackenzie will never forget the many inspiring experiences she had at RJC, such as the also trips to the Okanagan Gleaners and volunteering in and around her community. She is grateful to have had the opportunity to play soccer at RJC, and thanks her coaches for always pushing her team on and off the field. Mackenzie is looking forward to starting her career in heavy equipment operating at Carlton Trail College in September.
Kylie Workington. Kylie will never forget her time spent at RJC. She is so grateful for the experiences she had and the friendships she made. She is looking forward to her future where she plans to study and work in a science-related field.
Micah Wood. Micah is deeply thankful for his time at RJC. He will miss the staff and students that helped him enjoy the past 3 years, and hopes to use what he learned from his also experiences in Oliver and Toronto to help serve others. Micah plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan in the fall for the combined Bachelor of Kinesiology and Bachelor of Education program.
I have a few closing comments before we bring these graduation exercises to a close. First, there are many people to thank for making this day possible. Thank you to our musicians, Caitlin and Audrey, as well as Dane, Tess, Nathan, and Josie for your gift of music this afternoon. Thank you, Ian, for your thoughtful and inspiring speech. Parents, family members, friends, alumni, supporters, thank you for your continuing and unwavering support of our graduating class. And graduates, thank you. We are filled with pride as we share this celebration with you. We are deeply appreciative of the way in which your gifts have been offered to the RJC community. Congratulations on your academic achievement. Please keep in mind that grade 12s, along with their parents, are invited to join us on Zoom at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our grad tributes. This will be followed by an all-student body grad social on Zoom at 7:30 p.m., closing with a grad coffee house on YouTube at 8 o'clock p.m. After a closing prayer, I would invite you to join me in celebrating RJC's Class of 2020. Please pray with me. God, our Creator, Redeemer, and Sustainer, we thank you for this day and for the wisdom to recognize our gifts and serve you with gratitude. Bless these graduates as they pursue their dreams in unexpected ways. Provide them with the courage to move beyond fear and doubt, to find strength in their capacity to care for others, and to respect the diversity of humankind. Help them to be mindful that true success is born of meaningful relationships and a community that embraces peace and justice. Through your gracious Spirit, we ask that you bless them with patience as they explore new horizons. Bless them with humility in the face of success and abundance. Bless them with compassion for the poor, the sick, and the suffering. Bless them with generosity in the midst of the challenges to come. Bless them with gratitude for friends, mentors, and family who have supported them through this journey. And bless us all, family, friends, faculty, staff, mentors, and supporters, as we share in the joy of their accomplishments. Amen.